Hi guys, today is December the 19th after the market close, and we're looking at a chart of SPY. And the reason is we are trying to determine what this market is going to happen, what is really happening here. Remember, this was the reversal on 16th, and then we gapped up here and then quietly moving, making higher highs and higher lows in a step motion. One step, second step, third step. Last 2 days we had been up, but today we have a big red candle here which almost negated the previous bullish candle that we have here. The reason was that the White House this morning rejected GOP's bid or offer under a threat of veto, and that just dampened the traders' spirit here. The fiscal cliff market is sensitive to the fiscal cliff outcomes, but any uncertainty like this can cause the market to dampen its bullish spirit. It doesn't mean that it will not move forward. 2 days of healthy gains. Digestion is in order, and probably a day or two it may take place. Some other news may come properly, and then this market will continue in its rally. The rally hits a little bit of snag here. This is a rising trend line here. If you look at it from here to here, this is a rising trend line, unless that is broken. And I will try to draw a trend line here. Let me see, just we can do that, and a trend line right here, and see if you can see this thing. This is not coming out really well, but it's hard to do that. Let's do this here. This is a trend line. You could see, unless we break this rising trend line, the trend is still intact as far as the market is concerned. So the market direction is up. Now you must be wondering, what is these colored things under here? These are known as Thermoswami accumulation and distribution. You can see there's a lot of accumulation here where it is green and it started fading here and became red here, right this area, and now it's turning orange and may turn green. So that is good for measuring accumulation and distribution in different stocks. Let's move on to some other stuff here. Looking at the RUT, which is an index, and that does not have that thermo thing because it's an index, and basically it is not an accumulation distribution. RUT also put in a doji like close here today. Let's move on to some of the stocks, and the first one that comes in mind, which is everybody asking these days, is Apple. What is happening with Apple? So here is the chart of a Thermoswami chart that you can see where there was an accumulation here. There was a lot of distribution here back in June and July, and then accumulation of that stock here up to now, right here in that area. And this was here 647, 650 trend line right there, and that was in October. But then again, there is a lot of distribution that has taken place, and this thing is completely red, engulfed. That is distribution, selling the thing and not buying enough of it so that to replace it. Now if you look at the chart, it's very disjointed. Gaps here, every day the stock gaps here, but it does not have any continuity like you would like to see in a good chart, and this chart is a broken chart. This is the downward trend line that Apple is up against, and yesterday it tried to hit that here, 534, didn't make it. Today came in here with a little gap, and it just ended the day here, but it did not go down. A lot of people were suggesting it may just trail back to 500 level, but that's not what happened. Let's take a look at it at the 15-minute level in Apple, and this is the accumulation distribution. Now these days there is some accumulation going on the micro levels. This was the gap yesterday, made a low here, 501, reversed, went up here, gapped here, and today it gapped down here again. This was a little gap here, and it's not showing here very much. Wednesday, this is where this Wednesday is, right here. There's a 3-4 point gap, and then just started trailing down and finished the day on a downbeat, 526. It held that 526 critical level, and if it has broken down all things equal, this would have probably gone down below 520. So the stock is still has a lot more to prove. It hasn't done what it's supposed to do for a lot of traders here, and so we're still back into the same problem. Well, can we trust this stock? Now some of the other stocks took the day off and they were not as active, and one of them is not correctly done. Okay, here we go. This is the Google, which is acting right. It just made a doji like close here today on it and hasn't moved here. Facebook, which is the one we cover here, also is back in that grid here, but it did not make any progress above 28, and need to see a little bit higher in this on Facebook. And Amazon, AMZN, which is the one that we are covering here today, is having broken out from the broken flag, took a day off today. So that is all for today. The market rally is still intact, and we look forward to some other new developments and hopefully a bullish move tomorrow.